appreciate your tolerance of the Southern goodbye, as we have come to fondly refer to it as here in the South. Um, my mom has a keen sense of timing and less keen sense when it comes to overstaying her welcome, which we love her. We love her. She just I get my long goodbyes from her. That's all I'll say. We love her very much, but I definitely get my long goodbyes from her. So, thank you everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Tri Builders Trivia Tournament. For those of you who are new here, which it doesn't seem like very many of you, welcome in BrickTogether, welcome in Tier Time, welcome in Tina, welcome in Odelay. W stream earlier today, by the way. I'm glad I got to catch more of it than usual. I'm normally not home until about 8, but tonight I actually managed to skirt in and catch some of your streams, so that was nice. Yo, wow, Tina and Justin, both of you. Wow, that's a double take. Nice. Thanks, guys. Welcome in. I know it's like way past your bedtime. Either that or you're up way late partying. And chatbot lady's awake. Welcome in, chatbot lady. You're a little late, but welcome in. One way or another. No, it's okay. It's okay, Odelay. I'm honestly really tickled any Friday night when I get to get home and catch a few minutes of your live. That's actually part of why I pushed it back. Remember, I used to go at 8:30 and now I go at 9 because I'm like, I need just at least a few minutes of Odelay stream. Yeah, no, I kind of figured you guys could hold it down for 10-15 minutes while I said goodbye to my mom. I appreciate it very much. So, for those of you who are new here, like I said, it doesn't seem like many of you, but every Friday night at 9 o'clock, we have the Tri Builders Tournament. We are currently reading through, well, listening to, in my case, the Harry Potter books. I have never read them. I've never listened to them, so this is my first time through. Every week we have a trivia contest to see who this week's Tri Builders Tournament will be. Tournament builder champion will be. Each week you get to choose an avatar. For every correct trivia answer, you get a brick breaker. And at the end of each season, the person with the most points is going to receive a free copy of the full cast audiobook. And the person with the most points at the end of each night gets a feature on this week's community page, and their chosen avatar will be this week's stop motion minifigure. Wait, wait, to protect the world from devastation. I know that phrase, Odelay. Where'd it come from? I know it. If you hadn't said it, I would know it off the tip of my tongue. Double trouble, tier time. Yeah. I love it. It's like when you spot a bear in the same chat with a greasy build. It's like, whoa, what's happening? It's also a little bit too much power for me because I can easily tell him what to say. I could easily take both phones, but I don't. But I could. Just saying. Strong arm Pokemon. No, me too, guys. I really am, because I know that sometimes with the time difference, it's so hard. It gets so hard. It really does. All right, guys, but happy Friday to everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful week. I also hope you guys have been keeping up with chapters 10 through 12, because we missed last week. So I've got a lot to catch up on. We have a lot to catch up on. Did you get Death Eaters? That's right, you did, because you built, that's right. I was there, but I did miss the minifig reveal. I'm sorry, Odelay. I was in and out just a little bit, but I was there. Are these your first Death Eaters? Because if you would like to be a Death Eater this evening, I got you. I think his face glows. This is actually from... That's actually from the Goblet of Fire set that I have. That's going to be a fun book because I do actually have a lot of Goblet of Fire sets. It is your first Death Eater? Aw. So, Odelay, I got my first... We took a trip to BAM, and I got my first Dementor. And after this week's chapters, I understand why underneath it's just a Minecraft wither. It's just a Minecraft wither under there. That's all it is. But the cape being fabric, that's a big win. He was in the $3 pile, and I thought with where we are in the books, he seemed totally appropriate to have a Dementor. Just to remind everybody about the stakes for this evening, you are competing for the Tri-Builder champion title for this week. The winner will receive a shout out on this week's community post, as well as their chosen avatar will be featured as this week's stop motion minifigure. Not gonna lie, you guys, BrickTogether's kind of been dominating. BrickTogether. Do I prefer it over HP? So, not to be that person who chooses to complicate a question that someone asks, but those are... You're asking me to choose the difference between a stop motion model and an actual grown-up set there. So I guess the best answer is my grown-up sets, Harry Potter, 100%. I'm happy to spend a chunk of change on a collectible piece. That doesn't bother me. But when it comes to a stop motion model, in terms of stop motion opportunities and also price for a stop motion model, a stop motion workhorse, we're going to go with Minecraft or probably Ninjago second, Marvel third. So, not to overcomplicate the question, but yeah, it's kind of two different ballparks. I don't get a lot of stop motion moments out of Harry Potter sets, mostly because they're A, kind of pricey, and B, a lot of the characters have what I call stubby legs, which are not very stop motion friendly. They're doable. They're not pretty. And I like pretty. Welcome in, Candy. It's good to see you. Welcome in, John Powell. We are about to kick off this evening's trivia. I am about to light the reading candle. Ooh. Here we go. So now that we're all past the intro and everybody knows what the stakes are, some of you have been here, some of you have not, some of you know, some of you don't. We are going to light the tournament candle and begin this evening's Tri-Builders tournament. And we're also breaking into bag 12 and crossing over into book 2 for our epic build, the Hogwarts Castle and Grounds. We'll go ahead and move that forward so that you guys can all see it as I'm building it. We will sit our tournament avatars back here. And I have our trivia questions ready to go. We'll go ahead and get started with our first question of the evening. Let me make sure that I have not top chat filtered. So, Tina, I hate to admit I've been working on this since the beginning of the year. Between that and book club, this is kind of what I do. It's like been a one bag, maybe 2 at a time. That's why I've been doing the pop-up lives with Bear whenever he's available to do his builds, because that gives me kind of a chance to do a bag or two to myself. He actually bought this for me for our anniversary. I don't normally do big builds like this. And I've never read the books before, so this is my first time reading through the books. And I was like, well, this seems like a great way to make some friends. Yeah, no, well, it's been a period. It's been definitely. I'm actually like kind of at the point where it's like I'm ready to wrap it up because there are other sets I don't want to miss out on, like Gringotts. Thanks for being married. No problem. Anytime. Actually, a lot more credit goes to Bear on that one. Yeah, no, it's my first time reading the books. I've seen the movies probably once a week, every week since they came out. But this is my first time actually reading through the books. That's actually not Bear. That's probably his brother. That's probably his brother. But it is the all dog alert. Bear, unfortunately, is on a string of closes. He probably won't be home until about 3 a.m. So he's got about 6 more hours to go. All right, guys. So let's get down to it. I'm going to break open bag 12 while I ask question number 1 of the evening. I do have some shout outs to go over, by the way. John Powell made it on the leaderboard through a community post question, a bonus question. Who else? Odelay, you jumped up. You actually took the lead over Parmesan Hufflepuff with a community post bonus question. And then I did the pop-up live with Bear where we asked a bonus question. And I think Sunnycat Gonkamine got that one. So there are other opportunities, guys. If you're not necessarily one of the top contenders, you can still get on the leaderboard if you can't be here on Friday nights at 9. And again, it's not just about who wins at the end of the month or at the end of the season. Everybody is a Tribe Builder tournament at the end of the night. Whoever has the most points. And also, as soon as we hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a second Audible copy of your Harry Potter book of choice. Oh gosh, guys, BrickTogether made it here before we asked the first question. I was going to try to ask the first question before she got here. I'm kidding, Brandy. I'm kidding. We love it anytime you're here. But for any of you who are in the chase, you can check out the community board and the community post. Also, be on the lookout for pop-up lives because I do ask bonus questions during those. So keep that in mind. Anytime I ask a community board post question, you have an opportunity to sneak into the lead and choose your avatar in advance, as well as get into the running and into the chase against BrickTogether for this season's Tribe Builder Championship. So, question number 1, bricks at the ready, guys. Thumbs at the ready. What shop does the one-eyed statue passage lead to? This is where I think maybe, Brandy, your reading ahead might have gotten you last week. So, and what shop does the one-eyed statue passageway lead to? Oh my gosh, is Bear here? That's probably the most I've seen him lately. BrickTogether! BrickTogether! Of course they came in. I've got to figure out how to make sure I filter this right, because I don't want it to be like last week. I would rather be on top of it like a good chat host. All right, I think I got it filtered. Okay, BrickTogether, choose your avatar for the week. I have removed the Cart Lady. I have removed Luna Lovegood. I have also removed the Voldemort. But we have added a Dementor as well as a Death Eater, as well as Lou. Burger King. Okay, that's fair. Real second. Oh no, that's Mona. Yeah, Mona Mortal. Yep. Nope. Who's asking other questions? Odelay, I feel you about that because I had similar feelings. I was much younger when this came out, and I was in a very sarcastic phase in my life, and I was just like, yeah, why? Who wants to do that? No one wants to do that. Not at all. But that is next book. The next book that we will be going through will be the Goblet of Fire. That's actually where I got our Tri-Builder trophy from. That's one of my Tri-Builder, or excuse me, my Tri-Wizard Championship sets that I got that from. Actually, not my favorite of all the films or the books. Well, I don't know which one is my favorite book yet. We're going to find out. BrickTogether, did you choose you want to be the Death Eater? Am I reading that right? You want to be the Death Eater? I think the Death Eater glows in the dark. I've had him for so long, though. His glow in the dark paint makes me think that he might not glow anymore. You got it, dude. But it, cold shoulder. He is so cool. He comes from another set that I probably really need to do some maintenance on. "12 times stays overkill." Yeah, well, kinda. I have seen Ghostbusters. Like with Slimer, but opposite. Okay. Okay. But yep, exactly, Odelay. So I think the Voldemort for that set glows too. Sorry, I have it set aside here because I do need to do some maintenance on it. But yeah, I think he glows too. We're gonna put him over here specifically with this set because now that I know they glow, I'm kind of like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have incorporated them into the masses. All right, let's get to building, everybody. We are officially on bag 2, book 2, halfway through the epic Hogwarts Castle and Grounds. BrickTogether has taken the lead for this evening's trivia. I am operating on full chaos mode. You guys know I don't do great during that, so please bear with me. Tiger, welcome in. Oh, I must have missed you coming in initially, Tiger. I'm sorry. Chatbot lady might have messed that up. I'm glad you're here, Tiger. Tina. Cheeky. Oh, wow. That's crazy, Tiger. No rats? Is there a rat problem in Canada, Odelay? I understand that, Tiger. Some things are okay to be private. I actually don't share my dog's names. Would you like to know why, Tiger? I don't share my dog's names because if somebody else wants to try to call them, I don't want them to know their real names. I get really paranoid about other people trying to call them away from me. Because they don't know any better. And they trust me to protect them, so. Oh, well. Welcome in, Strictly. It's good to see you. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Tri-Builders Tournament. BrickTogether has taken the lead. They have chosen the Death Eater minifigure as their avatar for the evening. They have 1 point. However, we also have Odelay, who came in with a bonus question this week. We also have John Powell, who came in with a bonus question. And Sunny Cat Gonkamine, who caused a bonus question during a pop-up live this week. You're watching Project Hail Mary? That's okay, PH. I understand. Bear is trying to convince me to go see that. Oh, polka dots. Yeah, really, I haven't seen it. Bear keeps trying to convince me to go, but I'm holding out. One brick at a time. Good to see you. Go see it, Breezy? Okay. Okay, I'll trust you. His judgment is meh when it comes to movies, but I'll trust you. That's fair. That's fair, Odelay. No, I know not to expect that. Did you? Good. I mean, like, that's... I'm a hard sell on movies. I really am. But I'm not the same as everybody else. Like, I can appreciate a movie. Like, if a movie is B-class trash, I can be like, oh, that was a great B-class trash movie. But, so... I tend to just avoid it. And when everybody's like, oh, go see it. And I'm like, okay, I will when I want to. Like, when my husband found out that I had never seen Lord of the Rings, there was that whole moment where he was like, really? Really? You've never seen Lord of the Rings? It's like, no, I haven't. Like, I really haven't. For an isolation bed. I always use the bathroom. Everyone that's seen it loves it. Jump out. Yeah. I'm gathering that, and that's normally my marker for you should probably go see those. Well, I mean, that's kind of part of being a cat owner. Hopefully they understand. Especially when you are sharing a space with other people. How many? 8. So I watched a documentary about Harold and Kumar the other day. I've never seen the movie, but watching the documentary about the movie made me want to see it. It's weird. I've seen more documentaries about movies that I haven't seen than I have actual movies. It was hardcore. Odelay, if you ever visit, there will be dragons. Like real ones. Not like imagined ones or like paper ones or like fabric ones. No, like real dragons. We're gonna hatch them from eggs in a fire that we're gonna burn for 12 months before you get here. I really got to figure out how to get some music up here. You think you'll burn easily? Oh, I mean, so did Danny. Actually, that can be more interesting than the movies. I'm surprised. So, like, I didn't realize that so many of you didn't realize this was my first time reading through the books. Even Bear did not know that. He was like, "You've never read the books?" I was like, "No, I've never read the books." He was like, "Really?" And I was like, That's the question the really question. You've never seen Lord of the Rings? Really? No, I haven't. I didn't just say that for funs and giggles. Like, oh, really? You've never read the books? No, really? I'm not just out for funnies. I think we're working on a tower, an actual building here, guys. All right, so let's move on to question number 2 of the evening so that time doesn't get away from us because I already started late. So, in chapter 10 of The Prisoner of Azkaban, this is a very specific question. Who is the secret keeper? Welcome in, Priscilla. It's good to see you. Welcome to the Tri-Builders Tournament. We are currently playing Harry Potter trivia on chapters 10 through 12 of The Prisoner of Azkaban. We are also working on the Lego Hogwarts Castle and Grounds while we play this trivia. This is my first time reading through the books. No, it is not Dobby Tina. No, it is not Dumbledore. No, it is not Wormtail. So the question is, in chapter 10 specifically, who is the secret keeper? Lily and James Potter trust someone to be their secret keeper. Who is their secret keeper? No, it's not cat food. Oh, Padfoot. Sorry. Okay. Chatbot lady can't say Padfoot. It sounds like catfoot. There you go, PH. Another word that chatbot lady cannot say. She cannot say Padfoot. It sounds like catfoot. That would be Odelay Derado, ladies and gentlemen, coming in for the first point of the evening. Odelay, choose your minifigure avatar. Chatbot lady cannot say Padfoot. She says cat food. It might also help if Odelay spelled Padfoot right the first time, but we're gonna give it to him. It is not Peter Pettigrew. Tier time. It is in chapter 10. It is assumed that Sirius Black is the secret keeper. You gonna take Night Bus Driver? You got it, dude. All right, let me get you a brick breaker. You need a brick breaker and you need a Minecraft chest to set that brick breaker on. He is super cool. We're gonna put this up front here so everybody knows what the stakes are. The mini Lego trophy. The mini Lego Goblet of Fire. Do you want to be the... Oh. I think BrickTogether already claimed the Dementor. If you want to be... Oh, no, excuse me. They claimed the Death Eater. Do you want to be the Dementor? You can be the Dementor. Okay. Sounds good. We will move on. We will get back to the build then. It's like chess, like once you have to take your hand off the piece. Once you take your hand off the piece and we move on to the next question, you don't have any more options. But I'll give you an option up until we move on. Yeah, we are definitely working on a building here, guys. I was so excited to finish the base. It felt like the base took forever. Kathy would be disappointed. I don't have the brick tower out. Keep the Death Eater with Slytherin as long as you can do it. There you go. Because that is kind of what's made this trivia a little bit kind of tricky tier time. It really has. Even Brandy got caught up the other day. She was trying to complete the story. And since we're reading through the books at the same time, some of my questions are actually pretty chapter specific. It is a lawless world that scares Catholics. That's very true. I do think that's part of why they're putting out the new TV series, is to create distance between themselves and the original author. I know a lot of people who don't necessarily appreciate the original author, and that's fair if that's their opinion of it, but I don't think that boycotting it the way that they're boycotting it is making the difference that they think it is. And I think that the new series is kind of the same strategy as Taylor Swift rewriting all of her old songs. They're just trying to take away that stigma. I know a lot of people who are actually really scared of it, Odelay, believe it or not. Hi, Joseph. Welcome. Holy crap, my brother-in-law finally caught me live for a book club. Do you know this sucker likes books even more than I do? And he has yet to make it to one of my book clubs. Yeah, this is actually, Joseph is Bearbuild's brother. My brother-in-law shared a book with me that was actually called The History of Books. And even I was like, that's a bit much, bro. So if there was ever anybody who was going to out book nerd me, it would be that guy. He's probably driving home from religious services. Or sitting in the driveway watching my live. I know, and what's really funny is that that's like the complete opposite of the current drama with it, Odelay. That's the other brother. I'm the techie guy. Oh, really? Well, hello then. Wow, that is a long distance connection. Welcome for sure. I'm so glad that you caught me live. I just consume. I'm just like Pac-Man, like wonka 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 wonka. Just don't mind me. Just consuming content. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, Odelay Derado is actually one of my really good friends. He normally goes live before me on Friday nights. He builds a lot of Ninjago sets. Tonight he took a left turn because he is also a little bit like me, and sometimes he takes left turns. And he built a Harry Potter set. Had we known, I probably could have, or had we thought about it, I probably should have built a Ninjago set this evening instead of working on the Hogwarts Castle and Grounds. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Sometimes we are contrary. I will say I like that none of us in the community have ever compared what we are and are not building and when we are or are not going to build it, and yet none of us have managed to duplicate anyone. That would have been a fun swap. Life is full of twists and turns. I actually just ordered a 3-in-1 Minecraft set. And actually, you know what? Let's open that while they're not here. Hold on. Okay. We're going to trust that she won't see it. Open. Here, we're going to open the lock in right here. Wow, this person really packaged this. Good for them. That's a packing slip and everything. Holy shucks. Alright guys. We're gonna do a check real quick, make sure she's not here. So hey Brandy, how's the house hunting going? Did you guys buy a house yet? Okay, no, she's not here. Okay, so Kim has one and I have one, but Brandy does not have one. And this is retired, so I didn't want to let this go. I bought a 3-in-1 Minecraft set that also has the Minecraft lot, or the Fox Lodge, excuse me. So I can send the Fox Lodge to Brandy, and then I also have the Fire Creeper, as well as the underwater scene. This is all a bit much to... There we go. Now you guys can see it. But that way, me and Brandy and Kim all have a Fox Lodge, and I can send Brandy that one. Oh, no. Have you seen my, wait, just because my brother-in-law's here, and I don't know if he's seen actually my full Minecraft collection. We're going to back up and we're going to do a set reveal. All right, ready? So yeah, we have some Minecraft. And animal houses is definitely our dig. I do have like some bigger Minecraft sets to build, but I think those are probably going to be not stop motion models. Yeah, no, yeah, nice. Thank you, brother, because if I say I like something, he knows how to. I would probably I've been eyeballing a Odelay. I see him at the Dollar General from time to time. I did finally give in and get myself a Bluey set for my birthday, just a little poly bag. you know, for Izzy. But I haven't broke bad on the big $70 Bluey set yet. All right, guys, who's ready for question number 3 of trivia? Question number 3 for trivia on the Prisoner of Azkaban. Brick breakers at the ready, thumbs at the ready. Breaking Bluey. Okay. So who has given Hagrid his famous motorbike? Who gifted Hagrid his famous motorbike? According to the book Prisoner of Azkaban, not the movie, which I don't think they go over it in the movie. Serious? Dang, Odelay. Have you been reading, Odelay? Have you been reading? I think Odelay's been reading, you guys. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. Seems a little like he's up on it. You just watch Harry Potter Theory? That's fair too, Odelay, because up until recently I have been the same way. I know all the lore, but I've never read all the books. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry, Odelay. I'll stop rehashing. We've got little knobbies. Oh no, I'm mixing parts. Again, I've surrendered to Chaos Method, guys. I've really surrendered to Chaos Method. Oop. We have to sure that up before we do that, and then we, okay. All right, I got you. I understand, Lego manual. Stop trying to go off script. Trust the Lego manual. Why is this one different? Okay, guys, I have a question. Why is it... No. It does work. I know, but I am defiant. Yeah, the same, I find that to be true with a lot of the game, or the HBO series. I enjoy Game of Thrones Theory. That's my personal kind of vice. I really enjoy Game of Thrones Theory. And I also like watching George R. R. Martin not be able to finish his books because people have ruined it with all of their fan theories. He hired somebody else to finish his books. I do not have the set that you built tonight, Odelay. Actually, I don't. I have been kind of a harsh critic of the recent Harry Potter sets. That's not to say that they aren't great in their own respects. That's just to say that they're not for me. I've also been trying to take a break from castles, and there are a lot of castles. I'd say the last big new release for Harry Potter that I did was the Malfoy Manor. No, I got the Escape from Privet Drive. I retract that. I did get that. Yeah, no, that's the thing is they're a lot of fun, but I feel like you kind of have to stay in the lower price range on the Harry Potter sets to justify them. If I was going to spend any kind of significant funds on a recent Harry Potter drop, it would be that Hedwig set, the one that's for Sorcerer's Stone. That actually it looks like a grown-up set. But again, I tend to buy the bigger, more collectible Harry Potter sets, and I tend to stop motion the smaller, more price-friendly Minecraft sets. Like I actually don't even like I did the stop motion for the Mushroom House, and then I was like, maybe it goes on the shelf and just looks pretty. That's okay too. Uh-oh. Here it went. So I went to the Lorcana tournament at our shop recently, and my deck does not hold up, just so you guys know. Ever since they scratched everything before the newest, no, it wasn't the newest chapter because that's Wishing Wells. I forget what the new chapter was where they did that, but nobody seems to want to play with me because they want to hold you to the Stifler fabled rules of having new cards. The same card, but reproduced. Exactly, Odelay, because my deck, you've known me long enough to know that I will kill somebody with kindness. Like, my deck is the most passive aggressive deck. I will just keep sending your cards back to your hand. Like the entire, like you won't even have a chance. I'll just be like, oh, that's nice, but send it back. That's nice, but send it back. And so, yeah. So, Joseph, my roommate actually plays a lot of Magic. You guys would probably get along. He likes to go to the tournaments and stuff. Like I said, I really enjoyed going to the tournaments, and it wasn't even because I was winning. It was just the social. Because having a passive aggressive deck doesn't always translate. Sometimes you do get clobbered, especially with a Magic deck. And so it was just the fact that so many people were, I guess, snobby about it. It's like, really, you can't just play a house hand. Yeah, my brother sold off his cards. Yeah, so Odelay, I didn't do card games either because it was just way too much and there was just way too much about it. Um, but they slapped a Disney sticker and a Disney price on it, and I fell for it hook, line, and sinker, and that would be Lorcana. But I have fallen off since they disqualified all cards that were produced before Fabled because I feel like that's just silly. It also, like, I had a whole collection going that was actually an investment collection. It completely devalued that. So that's not what anybody wants. Nobody wants to be like, I'm going to invest in this thing and then have you completely devalue it. Well, that was actually the advice that you gave me, John Powell, that inspired me to kind of step back and actually format this whole Friday night Tri Builders tournament thing. I decided to slow it down a little bit to 3 chapters at a time and actually include an episode about the movie and actually do chapter by chapter trivia to make sure everybody's reading and not just telling me that they're reading. Oh, those are some satisfying Lego snaps. Those were very satisfying Lego snaps. Love that. Why can't we just have a nice thing? Exactly, Odelay. So I took all of my collectible cards, anything that was over like a $15 value, Joseph, I took it out and actually made house-made cards where it's like this is placeholder. Yeah, John Powell, that was actually, I think you told me about that, and that was kind of what made me be like, you know what, let's actually format this and turn it into a legit book club and not just a hanging out building Harry Potter sets club. I cannot convince middle schoolers to read, but I can convince 383 YouTubers to read. Or at least admit that they've read once in their life. All right, so we're going to set that wherever that goes for the moment. Are you really, John Powell? Like I said, this is my first time ever reading through the books. I've only ever really watched the movies. Well, that's a tongue full, Odelay. Oddly enough, chatbot lady got it right. Let's see. And that one is supposed to line up with that one, and then this one is supposed to, okay, overextend that one. Again, that one overextends. I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it. Where are we going with this? Right, this way, and then And then wait. It goes. Did I miss a step of the house? I did this backwards, I think. No, I think I just did it maybe backwards. Yeah, I totally did it backwards. All right. Good. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you missed it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Brandy. It's a good secret. Royal knows the secret. That's all you need to know. Okay. Yeah. Your lack of gloves. Is it chilly there? Okay. Yep, exactly. What? All right. So, okay. Now we're locked in together. It's 37 degrees there. That's crazy. All right, so here's this one without a thing that we needed. Got it. Nope, we need flat, not a stud. Thank you. You didn't miss many. Actually, let's go ahead and do another one while you're here. Yep, nope, no one blames you at all for going out and touching grass. That is completely understandable. So you didn't miss many questions. I did forget to give Odelay a brick breaker for the last one. So Odelay is at 3 for the evening, putting him in the lead as our Tri-Builder champion for the week. He is creeping up on you. Question number 5. In Chapter 10 of The Prisoner of Azkaban, what do Ron and Hermione fear that Harry will do? At the start of this is actually the start of Chapter 11. At the start of Chapter 11, what do Ron and Hermione fear Harry will do? At the beginning of Chapter 11, what do Ron and Hermione fear Harry will do now that he has heard the truth about his godfather? That would be John Powell, folks. Go looking for Sirius, seeking revenge. They are really worried that Harry is overwhelmed by seeking revenge at the beginning of this chapter. You are 100% right, John Powell. They are really worried about Harry going and seeking revenge because I do find it funny that sometimes in this trivia, reading ahead has been to the detriment of some because some of us know the answers and others don't, or some are actually reading ahead or behind, or they've only seen the movies. So some of the answers are more interesting than the actual answers. He is a lot more moody in the books, which really begs to kind of how everybody suspected like he would be a Slytherin if he hadn't chosen to be Gryffindor. Because I do subscribe to the theory that you just have to choose to be a Gryffindor. And if you want to be a Gryffindor, you'll be a Gryffindor. And I do think he was a little bit of a Slytherin at heart. And I think Hermione was a Ravenclaw at heart, and I also think Ron was a Hufflepuff at heart. So, which I think is what makes them the golden trio. Cat food. Odelay's just going to answer everything with cat food from now on. By the way, just so you know, Hufflepuff wasn't here for it, but Chatbot Lady can't say Padfoot. It sounds like cat food. It sounds like she's saying cat food. Hermione is the best. I would agree with that. She is definitely one of the best. Actually, no, I would have to say my favorite character in the entire series would actually probably be this is not lining up. Hold on, because this is not lining up. That's why is it? Okay, so that is not supposed to be on top. Is it supposed to be? I think it's supposed to be. I don't know how that's supposed to go then, if it doesn't lock in there. Hold on. Maybe we're not talking about the book anymore. Maybe we're back to talking about how this house locks in with this base. You still can't find your Lego, Rudy? All right, we might be breaking down this entire base, guys, because I'm not sure what has happened here. Yep. Well, she did lose her hair when she went to Paris. He's taking himself on walks. Aw, Rudy. Welcome in, Owen. It's good to see you. All right, and then that one. And then we have it's supposed to be 2. I am working on the Hogwarts Castle and Grounds, Owen. I've been working on this for a while now. My husband bought it for us for my anniversary, or for our anniversary, for our anniversary. And I decided to make a book club out of it. So we've also been reading through the Harry Potter books. We are currently on chapter 11 of The Prisoner of Azkaban. Each week, I do a trivia contest to see who is actually keeping up with the reading. Every time you get a correct answer, you get to choose your Lego minifigure, and you also get a brick breaker added to your stack back here. At the end of each season, the person with the most trivia points will receive a full cast Audible version of the Harry Potter book of their choice. And at the end of each night, the person with the most points will be featured as our community spotlight on a community post, as well as their chosen avatar will be this week's stop motion minifigure. And we have been working on the Hogwarts Castle and Grounds for a while now. That's all we can say. Because sometimes playing trivia Rudy's stuck in the dark. Why? Yeah, no. You drank too much cider. Well, maybe don't. Well, I mean, moderation is key. Moderation is key there. You guys like how I switched that up real quick? Moderation is key. Moderation is key. Okay, so there's that one. We're going to leave it sticking out here. We have... no, find him, Odelay, find him. Just keep building, just keep building, just keep building, building. Okay. I see how he did this wrong. It actually kind of like almost twist locks there. See that, guys? It's like this one goes behind and this part goes in front. It almost twist connects there. Or it's an under connection. No, Odelay, you're fine. No, I am very direct when I speak. I don't speak in codes. He's giving legit sad eyes. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm gonna see my way out, be my way out of that conversation. I'm gonna breezy my way out of that conversation. I thought that I had insulted somebody, and I was trying to bet. I'm sorry. Apparently I did not insult anybody. Yeah, exactly. I don't think so. I will, however, point out that there is one person who isn't here, who's always salty that I'm not there. But that's okay. That is actually the entire purpose of what we like to call the brick crawl, which is so that we can be there for the people that we're not always able to be there for, even though we want to be. Puts all of us in one place on one day at one time on one schedule for one day. And we can all actually be there and enjoy it and celebrate together. It's kind of like having Lego Christmas. But that's how I see brick crawls. I see brick crawls as Lego Christmas. It's like, this is when I get to see all my friends, all my Lego fam. Oh, there's a printed piece. Oh my gosh. Tell Royal I said stop it. He has like new house jitters going on and he is giving me anxiety. Stop it. Like as someone who shares the level of anxiety that he's feeling, tell him I said stop it. I cannot take this for the both of us. Yeah, I'm aware Royal can hear me. No, it's totally a me thing. No, it's totally a me thing. I would be if I were you guys, I would be turned up to 11 with the anxiety. Like I would be off the like I wouldn't be streaming. You guys would be wondering where I was at. You guys would be like, "Where's Breezy? She bought a house. She'll be back in a year and a half." Like Oh, that's Bear. Bear says hi stream. That's his text coming in. He says hello stream. Actually, I lie. He says hello me. You guys are secondary. Sadly. He did send a wavy face though to you guys. Yeah, no, I can imagine. Do you need a paper bag? Like I know I always offer Brandy like tiaras and sashes, but do you need a paper bag? Because that's the like I got one. You can borrow mine. And I'm just like buying a house by association. Yeah, it used to actually be the Go-Go Power Rangers theme song, the do 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 do. But then too many people mistaken it for the Kim Possible, and I had never seen Kim Possible, and I had no idea what it was, so I changed it. Yeah, I don't think anybody was stressed until that point. I don't think anybody. I wasn't stressed until my first car payment hit too. Like I know car payment doesn't seems like chump change compared to like a mortgage, but if I can't handle a car payment, there's no way I'm going to be able to keep it level during a mortgage. Not happening. Just not happening. This is the exact same reason that I didn't buy a Death Star. I'm not responsible enough to own one. Hi, Sunny Cat. Welcome. You still got your bonus point for the evening, so don't worry about it. I got you. Your points have already been logged onto the stats for the season. Yeah. It's that's the thing, Joseph. That's the thing, JP, is like there's just so much stress involved in actually buying and owning a home. The idea I my car, I test drove my car at least 7 times in 6 months before I bought it. And that was just me financing 10 grand. I can't fathom me signing my life away to a piece of land and doing it as quickly as some people expect it to be done nowadays. Yeah. So BrickTogether, just so you know, Joseph is actually my brother-in-law, and he actually had kind of some similar issues with his property. You just want to live in a mini house? Me too, Odelay. Actually, I just want to live on Dragonback and live like a rogue gypsy. But that's me. If you want to join me, you can, but that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, I don't make big decisions like that. Like, well, I've only made one, and that was my car, so we'll see how I deal with the rest of them. Is that fair, Odelay? Yeah. No, Joseph has a nice little plot of land on his, though. I don't know how I'm going to do when it actually comes time for house buying and all that stuff. I do want to be clear. I've tried very, very hard to be emotionally supportive for Brandy and Royal, and I am very emotionally supportive of Brandy and Royal when it comes to buying a house. I don't always know what to I always feel a little bit like I'm not comforting. Like you don't want to know what my nerves say about this. And I'm aware that my nerves about this are unfounded. There thousands of people buy homes on an annual basis with no issues. All right, so here's a good question. Hey Joseph, have you seen the Lego aquarium? The big one, the 600 version, not like the little creator set. No, we're talking like the big hundred, like 600 hundo version Lego aquarium. Have you seen it? Only small one? Okay, you need to check out the big one. So it is about the same price of actually setting up a comparable aquarium. It's interesting. I would recommend it to somebody who can't maintain and sustain their own aquarium, but by the time you pay for it, you might as well get an actual aquarium. Like I joked about it and said, "Well, I've crashed out like 3 aquariums. I might as well go ahead and buy a Lego aquarium at this price." It is healthy to have some anxiety about stuff like that. I would agree with that. But it's not healthy to have it to the point that it takes you 8 months to buy a car, even though you're perfectly financially settled to buy a car. I would say I have an unhealthy relationship with that kind of anxiety. Nice. I don't like shrimp, but I'm sure that was delicious. Okay, but wait, where did these go? Lego manual. Ah, they are pet shrimp. Got it. Ah, okay. Let's see Lego manual. Oh, that's good, JP. Yeah. My life lives at 11. Yeah, me too, Odelay. So we're pretty much so we're at 11 most days. Oh, sorry guys. I worry too, Odelay, and I wish that I could practice what I preach when I say this. But one of my favorite quotes is that worrying seldom improves the thing that we're worried about. And I try to remember that. I'm not great at remembering it, but it is very true. It is very, very true. All right, guys, you want to do another trivia question? Let's see. Question number 6 for the evening. We got to start plowing through some of these questions because otherwise we're going to run out of time. Okay, this one's a little bit of a gimme. So bricks at the ready, brick breakers at the ready, thumbs at the ready. In the book Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, during these chapters, what holiday are we celebrating? I bought my first car at 33 and I have yet to buy a house, John Powell. Because I hate debt that much. Not because I couldn't afford it, not because I just hate debt and I hate owing people money that much. Who said Easter? Okay. All right, BrickTogether. I mean Parmesan. I mean BrickTogether. Stop spamming. Is it for sale still, Joseph? Have you thought about buying it for the land? Just to have the land? Because then you'd have a lot more to work with. So that was Christmas for BrickTogether, who is currently the Death Eater, and they're currently in second place to Odelay Derado for this evening. Not for what she's asking. That's fair. That's fair. Needs some more accessories. Yeah, no, that's totally fair. We need more accessories. Needs more accessories. Needs a bathroom. Needs a sunlight. $14, $15. We're looking for bag 13. Come here, bag 13. Am I missing chat? Christmas was so obvious you hesitated and went with what? Easter? Because that's the more logical. That's so much more logical. I've seen that in Harry Potter, Easter. Alright guys, we're breaking into bag 13 here. Whether we finish it tonight or not is still TBD. Maybe not, because we are approaching 11 o'clock. We got to get through some of this trivia. It is tradition. That's true. So Joseph, Miss BrickTogether is actually one of my close personal friends, Brandy. Miss BrickTogether and BrickTogether and Mr. BrickTogether. Joseph is my brother-in-law. I don't think you guys were here. The other brother-in-law. The other brother-in-law. We clarified that at the beginning as well. I thought he was the brother-in-law who lives here sitting in the driveway at first. All right, that's fair, Odelay. That's fair. That's also kind of like trying to apply logic to a situation where it's not necessarily wanted. Kind of like, is Die Hard or is it not a Christmas movie? It's like you got to have a little bit of a willing suspension of disbelief there. But Easter is definitely way off the deep end. Like, that's definitely like, we can at least excuse Christmas as a Hallmark holiday, but Easter is just, we're not celebrating Easter in the Harry Potter universe, just saying. Just putting it out there. BrickTogether. Don't be cheeky. That's also fair, John Powell, because a lot of them are Muggle-born. Exactly. Exactly, Joseph. Oh my gosh, they're just throwing studs in big bags now. This is why I don't do a lot of these builds, guys. The tiny pieces. I don't buy property and I don't build big sets. I'm just not responsible enough. That's all I'm saying. Any of you who know me know I'm just not responsible enough. Yeah. Like Hermione, poor Hermione. Actually, the more that I read the books, the more in tune I am with the fact that, like, she is giving up a lot to join this world, like in this universe. And like be her authentic self. Yeah, it still makes sense. It tracks that they would still maintain their faith. Did we go too deep? We went too deep. We've gone too deep, guys. Again, it's a fiction story. It's okay. I was watching Bones the other day, and or earlier today, and that kind of gave me that same vibe. I was just like, have I gone too deep? I might have gone too deep. I might have applied too much logic to this. This is me just applying logic to situations where it's clearly not wanted. I should do a whole YouTube series of that. Breezy trying to apply logic to situations where it's clearly not wanted. I know, it really does. Me too. When Hermione has to like obliviate her parents and then all of her baby pictures disappear, like that would kill me. Luckily, her parents don't know, but he was in the Harry Potter universe. He's actually very predominant in the game Harry Potter Legacies. For any of you who have not played that game. He has a whole side quest mission dedicated to him. Like, in order to hundo the game, you have to finish all the Merlin side quests. You know what? I would understand. I see that perspective too. BrickTogether. Whether they knew she was, whether they knew it or not, he was. If he'd have found him, he still would have. Just to get to her. He was that kind of snaky. All right, let's do another trivia question, guys, because we got to plow through some of these. Dun-dun-dun. All right, who is in charge of Buckbeak's fate? In the book Prisoner of Azkaban, who must Buckbeak and Hagrid appear in front of in order to decide Buckbeak's fate? Fudge. Nope, not Fudge. Cornelius Fudge. No, not Cornelius Fudge. The Wizarding Council. No. No, John Powell. Again, the question is, who must Buckbeak and Hagrid appear in front of in order to decide Buckbeak's fate? Barty Crouch. No. The Jedi Council. That's fair. The Committee for the Disposal of Dangerous Creatures. That is correct, BrickTogether. That is 100% correct, BrickTogether. You get another... I'm going to give you an orange one because we're overloaded on teal on your... Heavily... It is heavily influenced by Lucius Malfoy. It's actually... Yeah. It's in a very elite hands, which I think is very divulged in these 3 chapters. The political nature of things that are going on behind the scenes in Harry Potter. Like when they make the decision to let Harry stay in Hogsmeade unattended for 3 weeks prior to term. Like, no one really addresses the fact that there was a kid just wandering around Diagon Alley for 3 weeks unattended. I had the same argument about Walking Dead, like, who's not watching the 12-year-old during the zombie apocalypse? I feel like it's the zombie apocalypse. Somebody should be watching the 12-year-old. The 12-year-old who we unleashed with a pee-poo, by the way. You think Royal Googled that? That's their... I mean... To be fair, he slept in the 3 broomsticks. You told him what to type. It's a team effort with BrickTogether. That's why they only get 1 avatar. Did you, Brandy? Yeah, that tracks. To be fair, John Powell, they only get one avatar. They're batting on the same team. They're batting on... I did make them bat on the same team. They're batting on the same team. I did limit their avatars. So they do at least have to play together. If they're going to brick together, they have to play together. Oh, man. What if I did make you guys play as separate avatars? Ooh, that could be interesting. Odelay! That's funny. Odelay's coming in, he's just like, don't make me pull out my mod badge. Diabolical. If you can't provide a brick breaker, one will be provided for you. Or an enforcer. That's a 2-to-1 advantage. You know what? That's fair, JP. I don't know. What if I did take their 20 points and divide them between the 2 of them and tell them they have to play as separate avatars from now on? I don't know. having no problem. It seems weird. No, I get that. I get that, JP. All right, guys, let's do another question real quick, just because I'm trying to keep this moving forward. Question number 8. I added a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who have I forgotten to give brick breakers to? Nope. I think I forgot to give. Oh, I forgot to give Odelay a brick breaker. No, Jimmy Jr., stay up with us. Stay up with us, Jimmy Jr. All right, guys. Question number 8. Who do the magical 3 actually decide to visit during chapter 11 of The Prisoner of Azkaban? Who do they decide to visit? Hagrid. Brandy's learned that most of the answers are Hagrid. Like you could probably throw a rock and answer Hagrid. That is correct. They decide to go visit Hagrid. Peter Pettigrew is incorrect. Fun fact, originally when they went to visit Hagrid, one would think that they would go to visit Hagrid because of everything that's going on with Buckbeak. They did not. They went to visit Hagrid because Harry was prepared to confront Hagrid about Sirius Black being his father. Like, Harry was really vengeful. Like, his inner Slytherin was really coming out, which again goes back to my theory that one only needs to choose to be a Gryffindor. Like, Harry was a little bit Slytherin, Hermione was a Ravenclaw, and Ron was a Hufflepuff, and that's just... Father? Question mark. Fun fact, the guy who voices... Hold on, I'll Google it real quick because I forgot his name. Who voices Sir Duncan? They did. They visited the pub for a Butterbeer. I keep saying Duncan, but it's Turduncan. So... We're not going to be on for much longer, Jimmy Jr. Dang it. Keeps pulling up everything. Matt Berry, and some of you guys might know him from What We Do in the Shadows, which is a Comedy Central show about vampires sarcastically trying to live in the modern age, but they can't because they're completely out of time place. And then he's also in another show on Netflix, which might have moved on from Netflix, but it's called IT Crowd. It's a British show. They had very few seasons and short episodes, but it was absolutely hilarious. And he has done a lot of voice acting. Puff. Good night, Jimmy. It was good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Stay with us, please. Luna and Hagrid used to date. That's weird, Odelay. That's like, whoa. Like, That's illegal in like everywhere. I do love the IT crowd. It used to be my ringtone, Joseph. How many times? Actually, it was a really funny bit between my brother and I for a long time. We would call each other at the end of each day and be like, "Have you tried turning it on and off again?" Which actually fixes nothing. I always want to see it. What are we seeing? Rocky is so awesome. All right, guys. Question number 10 for this evening. We have question 10, 11, and 12 to go. So, brick breakers at the ready. Bricks at the ready. Thumbs at the ready. Here we go. What creature does Harry use to practice the Patronus charm? Actually, this is question number 9. Sorry, guys. That would be Miss BrickTogether coming in. Actually, I should. I should just give like 60% of the points to Miss BrickTogether. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Odelay is in a 1-point deficit for the evening. It's between him and BrickTogether. We still have 3 more questions to go. Odelay could actually be this week's Tri Builders champion. A booger. Okay, now you're just trying to make chatbot lady say things. Like cat food. When it's actually pet foot. Yeah, like none of these are right. None of them. None of them. hear me too. Can you guys hear me now? I thought I heard me. Did I hear me? Test it. Oh, I hear me. Yay. Okay, so we made it back here towards the end of trivia. Just so you guys know, I did give the last trivia question. I was talking to you guys, and apparently I didn't have volume. Just so you guys know, I did give the last trivia question to Parmesan Hufflepuff just because there were a couple memories that he did use during his first 3 attempts to summon the Patronus charm. And you guys all kind of spammed answers that were correct, but Parmesan Hufflepuff gave the first correct answer for the first memory that he used to summon the charm, which was his memory of riding a broom. It was not powerful enough to actually summon a Patronus charm, but it was the first memory that he used to summon the charm. So, Parmesan Hufflepuff, please choose your Harry Potter avatar. Of course, you can choose from any of our Series 28 minifigures as well. We have the dolphin, the dog, the monkey, and the koala. Yeah, Joseph, it happens sometimes. My phone kind of taps out around 2 hours as well, and I thought it was our internet, but I went downstairs and we had internet. I came back upstairs and rebooted my phone, and it was fine. So it gets tired at like 2 hours. It's even faster when I do collabs. I'm actually looking into doing some streaming with Minecraft, Joseph. So that's actually interesting. I'm saving up currently for an i5. That's going to be a fun endeavor. So if Parmesan Hufflepuff, if you are still here, please choose your Harry Potter avatar. I know my brother's been trying to help me with that, but really it's just a matter of am I too frugal or just irresponsible enough to pull the trigger on it? And I'm trying to be responsible and actually save up for it instead of just pulling the trigger like I normally do. Okay, well, he can choose a avatar for next week. This week's Tri Builder champion is yet again BrickTogether with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points total. We have Odelay in second with 4 points total, and Parmesan Hufflepuff with 1 point for the evening. As always, guys, please keep in touch and please make sure you're checking out the community page for our bonus question of the week because I'm going to start increasing the points on our bonus question for the week and give some of you guys a chance to chase down BrickTogether a little bit. Uh-oh, Brandy retracted message. Ooh, Brandy. Odelay, I mean Dementor. Oops, I've gotten behind. He can be the Death Eater. No, Brandy and Royal were the Death Eater for the evening. So actually, I got to figure out how I'm going to animate that. That should be fun. Actually, I take that back. I say that like it's going to be some kind of a big challenge, but one with the studs actually gave me a really good suggestion while I was on their live one time. This is my Tesla of clear studs. So with these figures that don't have legs and opposable legs, excuse me, what I've been doing is taking a clear stud and putting it towards the back of the figure. And that way it gives him motion, but you guys can't see it, and it still looks like he's sitting on the studs, but he is opposable. Killing Barry? Why Barry? What'd Barry do? But yeah, that was a tip that I learned. Actually, that was a Bee Bandits and One with the Studs collab that I learned that on. Back in the before time, in the long, long ago, when Bee Bandits used to stream. I'm totally kidding when I give you that kind of heat, Bee Bandits, by the way. I know you've been moving. No one's genuinely giving you grief. We just all miss you very much. All right, guys. I do want to let you know, just as an update, tomorrow morning we will not be going live. I do have some obligations at church that I want to attend to, and I will not be streaming tomorrow. I will be rescheduling that stream for Monday at 7:30 after work. We will do another motivational Monday as we used to do in the before time in the long, long ago. And I will also be releasing our full-length Minecraft video talking about my rules for choosing a stop-motion model on Monday. I will be hanging out in everybody's chat this weekend, popping in and out, but I will be a little bit busy, so please forgive me for that. Don't forget that the next brick crawl is June 27th. So if any of you are interested in signing up for that, please DM me on Discord. You can find that link down in the chat. You can also find down in the chat, or down in the description, excuse me, you can also find our link to Breezy's Wax Therapy, which is where I make my own candles. You can also find a link to our Discord where you can keep the book club and the trivia theme going. You will also find on Discord, you will find a way to connect with me regarding the brick crawl, to sign up for it, to ask me about it, to inquire about it, to talk about the schedule. I look forward to seeing you all over the course of this weekend. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I will see you next Friday for another round of Harry Potter Tri-Builder Tournament for chapters 13, 14, and 15, as well as another bag of the Hogwarts Castle and Grounds. Until next time, everybody, I have been your host, Breezy Builds, reminding you that creativity is a superpower. Just make sure that kindness is always your base plate. Until next time, happy building, everybody. Have a great weekend.